Wonderful change.
It is. It is. Yeah. It's,
You can get good coffee again if you remembered what like excellent espresso is like.
I'm, 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 yes, slowly, the
Hey, John.
blind man whose eyes have come back. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, yeah, man. Full credit to you for doing it.
It's nice. Right. Let's have a look if James is with us. Good morning, everybody. Morning, everybody watching the replay. And anybody that's been here before, I know how excited you are from the group, and anybody that's joining us for the first time, we'll be getting going in less than a minute. There's no fluff, no messing around here. And this is an AMA with Scott. And that really means that you can ask him anything that you want. There's nothing held back here. There's no tough questions.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do a little bit of a presentation, and then I thought I'd um give you guys some insight into how technically trading systems are designed. Because our FinRev system is designed for what's called low frequency trading, which is trading once a day. Our new system is designed for trading instead of taking those signals, seeing where they are once a day, and then changing to our new desired exposures. It's doing that almost continuously. So some things have to be changed. So we're re-specifying the system to. It's also much simpler. FinRev is very, very complex because we're dealing with like 2,000 accounts, right? So uh, it's much simpler to redesign it than to shoehorn FinRev uh, um, into something. FinRev was always designed to be a multi-user system. So and our new system has to be 1,000, 10,000% reliable. Like it can never fuck up ever, even once. So it's kind of and it has to be monitored 24 hours a day by actual humans. Um, Now our system only has to be monitored while we're making the orders, right? Because like that's the only time things can go wrong. So it's kind of a different thing.
Nice.
The biggest news of all is that after looking at things, I spoke to a bunch of people in the Hyperliquid ecosystem, and they're all their names of their coins are hyper this, hyper per, hyperloop, hyper this, hyper that. It's like, well, HyperTrend is a much better name, right?
Mm,
I think it is.
yes, it is. Yeah.
We got the domain name of some bastard domain squatter. So that's the thing. It's HyperTrend. I think it sounds good.
I think it sounds good as well. Yeah. It's got go faster racing stripes on it with the hyper added.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Okay.
Unless he's using a funky name, I'm not seeing him in the chat at the moment.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, James has had a really rough week. He's had some personal tragedy in his family, and um, yeah, we got to cut him some slack. I think. Like his kitty died, and he fucking loved that kitty, and yeah, I'd be devastated if mine died.
Wow. I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting that.
yeah. Well, I love my cat. All right. Let me resume you. Okay.
Okay. I'll go into the background.
Hey everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit about HyperTrend protocol and the plan and where we are on the plan, and then I'm going to open it up to questions. And we so anyway, so the HyperTrend protocol is a four-stage plan. We're racing to launch the Vault, which is the first part of the plan, on October 1. Now, the way that this works compared to your existing FinRev accounts is right now you set up a bunch of API keys, which is kind of a ball ache and problematical for your exchange. And then you put those API keys into FinRev and then it trades your account on your behalf. That's not how the first vault is going to work. The first vault is going to work not even like the Hyperliquid vaults, which have some technical problems in them, which mean that there's very limited things you can do with them. Our vault is going to be, you do what's called an instant mint of USDC for a temporary token called TLP, the Trend Liquidity Protocol. And when you want to withdraw your money, you just withdraw your money back out from TL. You can do an instant swap for TLP for USDC. So our current Hyperliquid integration, it's up and running now. It's working better than all the other exchanges, and I'd encourage you all to switch. It's the signals are significantly more predictive, even without the new signals that we've developed. It just appears to be better. We've made the right choice. Hyperliquid is better than all the others by far. Now, the only caveat I have is that the level of attempted thievery on Hyperliquid is out of control, and all DeFi is out of control. DYDX, because it's smaller, has been relatively left alone, but people are always trying to steal your hype bags. Please, please, please get a hardware wallet. If you're not on FinRev and you get it today, we'll give you a hardware wallet, just because I don't want anyone getting their shit stolen. Caroline got, a house deposit worth of hype coins stolen off of this week, and it was just, it ruined a holiday. It was fucked up. And I'm fending off hack attempts all the time. So I mean, I'm a public person in crypto, so that's part of it. But it would devastate me if any of you got your money stolen. So please use a hardware wallet. The best practice, if you're holding like a life-changing sum of money in DeFi wallets, is to have a separate computer or a separate device that you only use for crypto transactions. So I have a separate computer that I only turn on and plug in my hardware wallet to that one when I'm ready to trade. I don't browse on it. I don't download anything on it. Because if you're going to get got, I don't check email on it. Because if you're going to get got, that's how it's going to be. Clicking some attachment from email, going to some shady website without an updated JavaScript thing, and they Trojan you. Clicking the wrong link on Twitter or social media that's a wallet drainer. Watching porn is a big one, or watching torrent movies is a big one. So if you can solve most of the hacking problems in crypto just by running it off a brand new clean computer. And if you've got a computer that you want to use for that, like I'm using a 10-year-old laptop of my wife's, you just want to reformat it completely. Start from a blank slate, reformat it, latest versions of everything, and don't install any apps, no software, none of that shit. Just use it for crypto. So that's my advice. Please get a hardware wallet. So here's the plan. October 1, we launch our fund on Hyperliquid with our high frequency trading execution, which looks like, so far, it looks amazing. It looks like we're going to be competitive on a high frequency trading basis, not just like a trading basis we're going to be competitive against the high frequency traders, which is something that James and I have always been like little guy quants. Like we've had to trade the mediocre edges because we can't compete against the smart boys. Now we can compete against the smart boys. There's a whole pile of stuff we can do, and we're doing it. So stage 2 of the plan is, we're planning on it being 6 months, but it might be earlier than that, is we're going to give points to existing customers and those who transferred to the Hype EVM. So the basic thing is, whatever you've spent on FinRev, you're going to get back in Trend tokens. Plus, we're going to pay you part of the airdrop, which is very, very generous, simply for holding your money in the vault during the points program. The next thing is we've got a referral program, and you're going to get a share of the points that anyone you refer goes into it. And the latest update for this week is we're going to white label it to you guys for the first month. So for the first month is just you and your friends. So it's kind of like, you know, that line at the nightclub, the first month of trend points is going to be going to you and your mates. And what are you doing, dog? What are you doing here? My dog is here because it's time for a walk. Yeah, I know, girls. How about you sit down, please? Down, down, go. And we think that's a really nice way of rewarding you. So the way that the points work is, let's say we've got $20 million in the vault, and you've got $100,000 of it. We've got 100 million points to allocate. We're allocating those over 26 weeks. You get 100 million divided by 26, and you get 100 grand divided by 20 million of that. So you get your share of the points that week. And so it can't be gamed, right? You can't trick it, you can't farm it, you can't deposit, withdraw, deposit, withdraw, deposit, withdraw. And you know, it's not something that you can just treat like a job and make money off. We're going to convert those points into trend tokens at token generation event at a maximum of 6 months, but probably if we get a really, really strong pump, launching a coin into a very strong pump is probably going to be smart. So we'll let you guys know we're about to do it, but because there'll be some technical bullshit, we can't do it like on a day. It'll take us like 2 weeks to decide we have to go. But when times are right, you guys all know it, and we'll launch into the pump. At that point, your trend tokens will be immediately available for sale. Mine won't. Mine and the team, we can't get out ahead of you. So we just want you to know. I'll talk about team vesting a little bit in later on. We're going to add additional funds and then onboard other quant funds using our technology. So the things we might do is we might put a DeFi yield fund. We might do a Pendle fund. And what I'm really planning on doing is onboarding a couple of other hedge funds into running their own DeFi funds on this. Now, what that's going to do is we're not going to charge them very much. We're only going to charge them about 0.5% of their assets under management, but we're going to make them pay us in trend token. So if they have to go and buy, if they've got $1 billion hedge fund online and they have to buy 0.5% of assets, they have to go and buy those trend tokens on the open market, which will mean more buyers than sellers. The number goes up. Now, the most successful projects of this cycle, they didn't start with a token. Hyperliquid exchange, if you've used it, it's just really good. It's just better than Binance. It's got no hassles, no stupid rules, none of that. I'll email you, check your email for this code we just emailed, and do this and do that, and none of that. Oh, you can't trade anymore because we need this photocopy of this. We need this document and this copy of your this, and we want you to do that again and again and again. Like, Binance is a fucking pain in the ass. As someone who's moved off Binance, because I hate them. And the evidence is other people are doing that too. So Pump Fund allowed anyone to launch a meme coin, and HyperTrend protocol is the Pump Fund of hedge funds. It's going to allow anyone to launch their own hedge fund very, very easily, with none of the compliance bullshit that hedge funds deal with now. So we're going to be diving in detail to all of these today. So pay attention. I'll show you how to maximize your returns. I'll flesh out the plan a bit. I'll answer some questions. This is Hyperliquid's market share against centralized exchanges. And you can see it goes up or down, but you can see basically Hyperliquid is growing compared to centralized exchanges. It's 13.2% of all the other centralized exchanges as well. It's 46% of OKX, 20% of Binance, 27.9% of Bybit. I see no reason that this isn't going to continue to go up. As long as it continues to go up, what does this do for us? More people trading on there means that we have a higher capacity. It's going to be easier for us to get in and out of our positions. As the highest market cap native coin on Hyper EVM, we're naturally going to catch an updraft. When hype goes up, our coin is naturally going to go up because we're joined at the hip, right? So we're tying our success to Hyperliquid success. And I feel that's a big bet. If Hyperliquid as an exchange loses market share and goes down and the coin goes back down and people lose faith with it or they get hacked, we'll have some big problems. Not ones that we can overcome because we're not limited to trading on Hyperliquid, but really the best case scenario for us is Hyperliquid wins. That's the best case. If Hyperliquid wins and we do even a medium job, this coin is going to go to the moon. And the secret of Hyperliquid, it's a great product. Great fucking product. And let me show you the product. Yeah. That's how it works. I got no balances and positions on this account, so there's it's like got $4 in it, but yeah, it's just a toy account I use. But logging in was just super easy. And if you look at the coins they have, they got a ton of coins. And this is our coin, already listed. You can see its market cap is 70 million. Please don't buy it from here. We're going to give you a bunch of coins and we're going to list at either 100 or $150 million market cap. We haven't decided yet. I prefer to list at $100 million market cap and take everyone on a wealth creation journey. The best marketing that we can do for this coin is the price. The best way to make people love Trend Token is to make them rich every time they touch it. And that's the plan. So our existing product, FinRev, it solves a huge problem for crypto investors. It's high returns without the high drawdowns. You might have also noticed that there's something inherently kind of annoying about FinRev returns. They go sideways a lot. And then they make all their money really quick. The vault is going to be very different. It's going to be more like the making money nearly every day up and to the right with occasional big drawdowns. So we're going to solve the number one problem that our FinRev customers complain about it. I complain about it, but it's why we get paid, is that it's so annoying to do. The vault is not going to be like that. So our trend coin solves a huge problem for investors. How do you have an altcoin with real cash flows accruing to owners, giving it a real valuation? And so most altcoins will pay you to hold their altcoin. They'll pay you to stake it, but they'll pay you in their own coin. And what happens is no one rational will hold those coins forever. They always sell them. More sellers, price goes down. We pay people in USDC because the vault earns in USDC. So you stake your trend coin and you get a US dollar income stream off that. If it goes up enough and the vault earns enough, you can conceivably stake them forever and just live off the returns. We don't really have to worry about whether or not people are going to like our product because it's already been successful. It's already made me financially free and mostly use it here after all. And you're probably here because you want to know how you can get a piece of the $100 million pie. So the plan is we're going to launch at either 100 or 150 million. I prefer 100, but some of my team are like, well, we have enough interest to launch at 150. We're going to give away 32% of that. So between 32 million minimum and 50 million to you guys. And that's fair because we didn't take any VC money. We bootstrapped this company off you guys. And so we want to be extremely over the top, life-changingly generous to every single one of you. And we also want you to stick around. How am I going to make you to stick around when I can't force you, when you can sell your tokens anytime you like? Well, I'm going to make those fucking tokens go up and up and up and up and up and up. We're calling it number go up tokenomics. I'm going to take you guys on a wealth creation journey, and you're never going to want to sell. So if you're new to crypto, airdrop means free token. So here's the update. So we're going to the airdrop strategy update the Blockmates guys gave us to this yesterday is we're going to whitelist access to it for the first month to a select list of people, probably the Blockmates guys, a couple of other people that we actually like, and a couple of people in the Hyperliquid ecosystem, and you. So the first month, you get the points for the first month, which get dropped in every week, get split up between whoever's in the vault. And you guys get them. No one else. We're not putting it out to the market. We have a referral program. So you can refer friends and get a share of their points. You refer enough friends, you get on the leaderboard and you get double points. Leaderboard is top 20. We might change that up, so don't hold me to that, but it'll be at least double points for the top 20. I'd like to make it bigger. I'd like to make it an exceptionally generous. My idea is that the meta in crypto is changing. The meta used to be, let's have a bunch of scammy market makers and venture capitalists run this thing up so they can dump their tokens on retail during a pump. The new meta, the most successful coins, seem to be the ones that are driven by community. And they seem to be the ones that are most generous. So we win, it seems, by making everyone who touches it rich. And so that's what I'm going to do. You know, I'm a simple man. I don't want to be a billionaire or need to be a billionaire. But what I do need to do is make all of my staff rich. I need to make Ian rich. That motherfucker deserves it. He's been living hard the last couple of years. I need to make I need to make everyone rich. That's what I need to do. And so the way that we're setting it up is that there's absolutely no way for me to get paid in any way, shape, or form, or any of my team, unless you guys get rich. And if we burn the boats and put our back against the wall that way and say, well, the only way, there's a lot of money at stake here. Like we can make $1 billion and split it up, but the only way that it's going to happen is if I make you guys rich first. Then fuck it, we bought. So we changed the name. Every other coin is called Hyper something. So I think HyperTrend is a good name. We met with the Blockmates team, who are a big crypto fundamental research group with an incredibly strong community. And they're like balls deep in the Hyperliquid ecosystem. And they introduced us to a bunch of people. And they're probably going to come on board as advisors. They gave us a bunch of really good feedback about what we should do to make this a success. Last week I spent in Bangkok. I spent 3 days working with Timon, our CTO, and we designed the new website, how it's going to look, the user interface, the UI UX. We did wireframes, and we finalized the airdrop mechanics, exactly how it's going to work. So it's a weekly point system. So once a week, the points from the last week come in. That's basically how it works. We also added a gamification feature on the airdrop. So let's say this is a forecast. So you'll have access to these dashboards, and we're going to give them away for free. So we're going to gamify it by allowing anyone to bet some of their points. I'm going to bet that tier goes up or down 24 hours from today. If it goes down, you get extra points. If you bet right, you get extra points. If you bet wrong, you lose your points. And it's going to, if you bet against the system, and you lose, it's going to be a bit snarky. It's going to say, you fucking sucker, fuck you, bet against the system. Now you lost. You got what you deserved, or things to that effect. And if you win by betting with the system, it's going to tell you what a smart guy you are for not fading the system. And this is all going to be shareable. We'll have a little button here, share this on your socials with a ref link. So if you share it on your Twitter, your Facebook, your social media, and someone else sees that and thinks, wow, that looks cool, and they click on it and they happen to join and deposit money, you get a share of that money. Does that make sense? In the chat, any questions on that while we're here? Okay, Cheryl has a good question. How does FinRev work with a hardware wallet? You can use MetaMask as a front end to your hardware wallet. So you can use MetaMask, you can use Rabby, you can use MetaMask or Rabby are probably the best choices, or you can just use the hardware wallet like Trezor. So what happens is you set up a new MetaMask wallet using your either Ledger or Trezor are the two best ones. I use Ledger, but Trezor is apparently a bit better, but it doesn't matter. Anything is better than nothing. And you make a new account and you transfer your coins to the new account. That's how it works. Okay. James and Artem are working on new edges, and we're specifying the new mid-frequency system. Yeah, Tangent is good. It's an EVM compatible wallet, so any hardware wallet that does EVM, if you Google EVM compatible hardware wallet, yeah. So we decided on the overarching strategy this week. So the strategy that we're not going to be doing is paying a bunch of influencers to promote it because I fucking hate them. In fact, we're going to be really Hyperliquid community inclusive. The idea is going to be we're going to promote ourselves as the first real technically hard thing built on the Hyper EVM. We're going to be balls in on the Hyperliquid exchange. We're going to be incredibly supportive of the other builders in the exchange. We're going to do everything we can to build our boys up and tear the other guys down. And we're going to be anti-influencer. I'm going to try and bait that Ansem motherfucker into fighting me at Crypto Fight Night. I'm going to be anti-VC. I'm going to call a lot of them out and come with receipts and say, look at this Berra piece of shit. Look how you fucked everyone with that. Look at this. Oh, you big name VC, let's take a list of the last things you did and let's look at how you fucked everyone. Every single one on everything you've ever touched. Why should we trust you now? Your whole industry is fucked and you're a cunt. And I can prove it. Yeah, I'm a lot better than staking is safe for Hype, but there is a current method that people are using. If you got your wallet keys exposed a long time ago, people are adding multi-sig to Hype to stop you withdrawing it. So you have to keep an eye on whether or not your Hype is set to withdraw, because it takes 7 days to unstake. If you notice that happen and you didn't, reach out to me because there's a way to stop it. I hear that the Hyper Collective and the Nansen are probably going to do airdrops, but I also think the airdrop meta for those things is going to be pretty weak. I think there is a great video, actually. Let me just post it for you guys in the chat. So this is my blockmates friends. These are the most knowledgeable people. This is how to maximize your Hype airdrop. But don't get too cute with it, is my advice. Don't, especially if you've got a life-changing sum of money, I'm feeling a bit dirty because I'm gonna pull out like $500,000 of it in the next couple of days to finish my house. And then I slapped myself upside the head yesterday. It's like, what the fuck? You're trading numbers on a screen for the most beautiful house that you're going to want forever? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Of course you want to trade numbers on the screen for a beautiful house. Like, don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Like don't risk what you've got and what you need for what you haven't got, what you don't need. Like, yeah. So it's going to be very anti-influencer vibe. It's going to be very anti-VC. Now, one thing we notice with a lot of the docs is for these protocols is they all look like this. Hyperliquid is a performant blockchain built with the vision of a fully on-chain open financial security, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to do anything like this. I want this to be the people's coin. And so we're going to do everything in the style of Robot James's. Like, we're going to talk it in plain language, stick figure diagrams, explain exactly what we're doing, explain why we're doing it, and we're going to explain why you should trust us and why we can't rip you off in very, very plain English. We want to position ourselves as the people's coin. So yes, it's actually happening. Yes, these are exciting times. Just holding trend will pay you in USDC. And we're calling the tokenomics of this number go up tokenomics. That's the actual name that we're calling it. We're saying the quiet part out loud. It's going to make some of our community members crypto millionaires. So pay attention, stick around to the end. If you're new here, this is me. I'm the gorilla looking guy. My wife is really beautiful and my kid's pretty cute. I've been a professional trader for 20 years. I started in TradFi. I trained under Ed Sekoda, and I bought Bitcoin for $4. It went to $32, promptly fell to $23, and I sold all the 1,000 coins that I had because I thought it was going to go to zero. FTX is already paying people back. I've the previous bull run I did pretty good. I did really good last year. Ran up this like degenerate gambling account a lot. Yeah, I'm a good trader. I'm a good trader. Not as good as James. James is much better than me, by the way. The most successful crypto launch of all time was Hype. And they didn't take any VC money. Because they didn't take any VC money, there's plenty of spare money to share it around. And they shared it around in the most generous way ever. They gave the really good question here. What about people who haven't bought FinRev yet? I'm going to run the math on that for you in a little while. And fundamentally, the idea is to move current FinRev funds all to the new vault when it opens. And I recommend moving to Hyperliquid early. I recommend moving to Hyperliquid early just simply because it's working better and you'll have all your wallets set up. Yeah, I recommend it. Someone else is saying they've already got their FTX payout on Kraken. So what Hyperliquid did is they had a killer app. Like it's just a really good product. Like I love using it. They built the product first and they launched the coin at the perfect time when the market was pumping. We want to do the same. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. Let's launch the product first. Let's make everyone some money. Let's show that it works. Let's show that we don't need to launch a coin like Pump Fund, which has stolen $600 million off trench traders this year, launched a coin last week and raised $1 billion for it. And the reason for it is like, trust me, bro, like you don't want to do shit like that. Like, yeah, you definitely get a wallet. They had a big vision. They had the highest performance blockchain built for finance, but first they had a killer app with product market fit. fit. And I'm going to borrow their proven playbook and I'm going to make us all rich. So we place our FinRev systems on the Hype EVM blockchain as a vault, which is like a fund but on chain. We use the layer zero token standard to make it purchasable on every chain, on Sol, on ETH, on Hype, on AVAX. So none of that bullshit bridging that everyone hates. I'm saying move your funds on FinRev. FinRev is now Hyperliquid. So let me just detour a little bit and show you, say, the difference between DYDX V4 positions. So this is trend. TIA is last, STX, DYDX is second last, TRX, BCH, ICP. This is not a bad trend forecast. This is not a bad cross-sectional carry forecast. A cross-sectional Momo. The cross-sectional carry on DYDX looks a bit weird to me, but combined, it all looks pretty reasonable. So we're long XRP, Pepe, BNB, Ton, WIF, Uni, BTC, APE, Aave, ICP, BCH, TRX. Let's compare it to Hyperliquid. So this is the trend forecast. This is our cross-sectional momentum forecast. This is our cross-sectional carry, and this is the way they blend. So we've got the same basic things. We've got STX, TIA, MNT. For reasons I can't quite put my finger on, long Hype, long TRX, long Aave, long MKR, long BCH, long B. It's basically long the big stuff and short a bunch of bullshit. So as pure, now let's compare it to, say, Bybit. Basically the same thing. TIA, STX, Shiba, Atom, SEI, small differences. At the top, we've got stylistic differences. Like you couldn't necessarily say one was better than the other, but just when, and let's look at Binance. Aave, TRX, you couldn't necessarily say one is better than the other, but I just kind of like the Hyperliquid one. You're We're not letting people on Hyperliquid unless they have a hardware wallet. The risks are just too high of you getting it stolen. After our own staff have got their Hype stolen, I don't want anyone working off browser extensions for this. Like it's just too important for you guys. Like, we're like, even if you've only got $5,000 in it, like that airdrop could eventually be worth $100,000. I'd hate for someone to just miss out on that just through, oh, I jerked off to fucking RedTube and now someone's got my credentials and they've stolen all my shit. Yeah, absolutely. We stand by it. We stand by it. And, Trend makes all its money in very short bursts. So it's entirely possible that you can be down for a year. Like it's entirely possible. It's a sharp 1.7 system. Like that's much better than most, but it's entirely possible that you can have a losing year. We haven't yet. Just down a bit. Yeah, it's probably just going sideways, man. Like if we haven't got strong trends in crypto, we can't make money just doing trend. And that's just the way it is. So most of crypto has been sideways or choppy for the last year. We need to wait until it gets into gear. Now, all that changes with the new vault. But I wouldn't cash out. Like I would just DYDX is fine. It's like it's just chopping because that's what trend does when we don't have strong trends. Yeah, it's trend is I would switch to Hyperliquid because it's definitely better than DYDX. Um, but there's nothing wrong with losing money. Like as long as it doesn't lose much money, you'll notice that it hardly ever loses much money. Um, yeah, it should be ready to go because I got my money in it. So I know it's working. And I know it's definitely better. So instead of having thousands of accounts with high retail fees, um, good question. If I move my hype tokens into your vault, does that count towards airdrop of trend? Yes. Yes, it does. Good question. Um, I'm not 100% sure I would do that. I would only, hype is a proven performer. It's gone from $2 to fucking $43. It's on a roll. Like, you know, I would hope that my token will go from $1 to $20, but shit, hype's already proven that it's doing that. Like, I don't know if I would get off a proven winning horse, even to my own horse, which I think is going to be a big winner. I think it's got much more upside than hype, but I certainly wouldn't do all of it. You can do halvesies. So instead of having thousands of accounts with high retail fees, we have one account with tiny fees. Um, we partnered with Dark Forest Technology, who are like a second or third fastest high frequency trading firm. So this gives us better than market maker execution. So the big problem with trading is that every time you touch a trade, you lose money. These motherfuckers, every time they touch a trade, they make money, which is a totally different game. And if you think about it, every time you touch a trade, you lose money. Who do you lose your money to? You lose it to these guys. So we just, rather than try and replicate their technology, which we couldn't, we just gave them a big chunk of the company to. Greg Whifford, Scott, I have all my hype stored on the Hyperliquid exchange and staked with recommended validators. Is that considered safe? Well, it's safe if no one has access to your wallet. Is your wallet a browser wallet or a hardware wallet? If it's a browser wallet, it's inherently insecure. What I recommend if you have a browser wallet is doing what I did. Let me show you what I did. Let's look at my staking action history. So I unstaked 32,000 hype. It initiates 4th of the 6th. 1 week later, it finalizes. And then I transferred all of that to a spot balance, leaving, you do that by this. So you go to staking, you go to unstake, and then after 7 days, you transfer it out. And then you have your new hardware wallet set up, connected to Hyperliquid. And then you want to send 10 hype first. So if we go to, we do, I don't leave anything. So you go to balances and then you go send, but you want to send like 10 hype first and then make sure that you got them. And once you got them, then you send the rest. I think it's going to perform like a thoroughbred too, man. Okay, so how does Trend work? Why is Trend worth a pinch of shit? Why isn't it just another Me Too altcoin? Trend token receives 20% of the profits from FinRev members and it receives them in USDC. This is built into the smart contract and it cannot be cheated. So the approximate tokenomics, 32% is the airdrop to you guys. Can't be gained, can't be farmed, just to people who deposit money in the vault. And you guys get a 1 month head start on everyone. So you're going to get the lion's share of it, I hope. There should be at least, well, we've calculated at least 10 million bucks at an absolute minimum to you guys. You've got 10% to the team, which is the lowest ever. So this isn't just me. This is Ian. This is Coach Paul. This is Coach Maurizio. This is Caroline. This is the support team and John's who answer your emails, like all those nice Filipino ladies in who answer your support emails. They're all having, yeah, Aaron, fuck, that motherfucker got a big airdrop. Because he's good. He's really good. We've got a 15% incentive-based team on the people who are working on the actual trading system, which is, all my stuff is based on all of what I get and what James gets and what the developers who are working on the system get is not based on just a time thing. Now I've got my tokens, now I can dump on you. It's all based on rolling Sharpe ratio of the system. So every time we have 6 months with a Sharpe ratio above Sharpe 2 after fees, we get 2.5% of our whatever our allocation is unlocked. And part of it is based on, so 10% is based like that, and 5% is based, we get, the team gets 1% unlocked at 100 million AUM, 2%, another 1% locked at 2%, 200 million AUM, 3% unlocked at 300 million, for the next percent at 400 million, and the last percent at 500 million. Yeah, man. Don't worry about DYDX dropping 7K over the last month. Look at, if you look at how most coins performed over the last month, let's look at DYDX coin itself over the last 7 months. Let's make it a monthly chart. Most coins have gone down and gone sideways. Let's look at a few others, gone down and gone sideways, gone down and gone sideways. We just don't make any money until we get a clear trend. It's gone sideways for 7 months. Your account balance has probably gone sideways or down for 7 months. If we just keep clicking random coins, well, XRP's gone up. This fucking launch coin thing, which I'm short, keeps going up. That's pissing me off. Yeah, so returns are highly unpredictable. You can't really worry about what it does on a day-to-day. Like I can't predict it, you can't predict it. All we know is that over time it's going to go up. Like over time it's always gone up. The easiest thing is just to not worry about it. Okay, so we got to pay market makers. We've got to pay market makers and for exchange listings, and we've allocated 5% of that, which is on the high side. We prefer to pay our exchange listings in cash bribes rather than percentage bribes, because if we pay them in percentage of the coin, they'll sell the coin and it'll be annoying. So I'm trying to negotiate cash bribes with them. They all want bribes. We have 20% in the foundation. And what's the foundation? The foundation is a prudent reserve in case something goes wrong, in case someone hacks one of our hot wallets, in case we have a fuck up, in case we do something bad and need to make you whole, in case we make a mistake. It's not prudent to have no prudent reserve. How does that get allocated? We use a consensus-based tokenomics, which is basically you put forward a proposal and it gets voted on by all the coin holders. Yeah, it gets voted on basically. And there's a couple of turnkey solutions. And we've got 17% set aside for post-TGE sales. And what we're going to do is we're going to give people a discount. You can get a 30% discount if you buy on a TWAP. So what that means is we'll give you a 30% discount to retail if they want to buy, but they have to buy, and we have a smart contract to do this, to buy a little bit every day for the next 365 days. So what's the difference between this and 1,000 other shitcoins? Is they all want you to accept payouts in their own coin. Trend is the first token to pay out its owners in USDC. Has real world value, real world income stream with no KYC. So the big question, how will Trend Coin pay USDC to the holders of the token? Same concept as a dividend paying stock, except it's more profitable because it's crypto. If there's a business that generates real revenue, then that revenue can be paid out to users. It'll be the first ever crypto coin that doesn't pay you in magic beans, but in cold hard cash. Now, one thing I want to point out to you is to get this revenue, you have to stake your trend. Most users who buy it on an exchange will only be buying it because they want the number to go up. If you're staking, probably only 40 or 50% of people will stake it. So we're sharing the whole revenue with a very small subset of users. It's going to be incredibly profitable to stake Trend. For the members who already know or use our automated trading tech, bear with me for a moment. For our newer members, the good stuff on how you can get more trend tokens coming in. So the automated trading technology underlying trend is, at our company, our core offering, it's a trading system based on tried and true trend following algorithms used by billion-dollar Wall Street hedge funds, which we've translated into our own fully automated crypto trading systems. We use the same systems that firms like Dunn Capital use in TradFi. They've beaten the S&P for the last 50 years. This kind of thing, this is my retirement accounts. It's a bit old now. I lost $1 million last month. I made $2 million in 1 month for me last year. I lost $1 million in a couple of months in a month. It's just the way it is. But over time, this is my retirement accounts in TradFi trend versus the S&P 500. I got $10 million in my retirement accounts thanks to doing this. And I'm just an ordinary guy. So this algorithm is called time series momentum, aka trend following. It has some wonderful things about it. It also has some shitty things about it. The wonderful thing about it is it's robust. It's like a tank. You can't kill it. If I manage to lose money in 2 years doing trend following, I'd have to reconsider my life choices. You almost have to be a moron to fuck it up. That's a very good strategy. That's a very good property in a trading system. The downside is it can go sideways for long periods of a time. It really can. It's just very, very annoying to trade. We're looking to fix that. The reason we haven't fixed it already is because we haven't been good enough at execution to compete with the market makers. Now we are good enough to compete with the market makers. We can add better edges into the mix. And while trend is going sideways, we can have some other stuff that's going up. That's the short of it. We took the same Wall Street trend algorithms, we applied them to crypto. As powerful as it was in TradFi, it's definitely much better in trend, definitely. You can see we've got long periods of just doing nothing. And it always comes good. It always comes good. CAGR of 78% since 2019. It almost doubles your portfolio yet. At times, it's been over double, depending on when you start the counting. This would have turned a $10,000 starting investment into some stupid number. The way we execute it in the crypto markets, it beats the returns of Ethereum, it beats the returns of Bitcoin, it beats the best tech stocks. And compounding is the way. The first couple of years, you don't expect to see much, and then it just goes nuts. And that's been my experience. I've been doing this in TradFi since 2013. And really, most of the money that I made from it was in the last sort of 3-4 years. Just takes a while, and then once it gets going, fuck. So after 5 years, you've turned 10K into nearly 400K. But what's more important is you've proven it out to yourself so that it just around the corner is your $1 million retirement. It's fully automated. You don't trade any coins. It does the trading for you. My advice is to barely check it. Check it once a week, once a month. And especially in crypto, like if I look at the coins that I was most bullish on in crypto, this one. Oh, that's a log scale, so it makes I bought this one right here, took some profit around here, but I took a screenshot here when it was 500K, and then it went back to 50K, and now it maybe looks like it's coming good. Like, this is what else did we really like in crypto? We liked hype. Obviously we liked hype, and it's $40, but it went to $25, then back down to $10. It's a wild ride. Like, not many people have the balls to hold all the way up and all the way down, and that's what crypto is. ENA, I was red hot on this coin. I bought it here where this little dot is. Went up, fucked me. Went up, fucked me again. I'm still holding it. Like that's just not for everyone. So you can't really get these consistent returns from crypto anywhere else, despite what the influencers tell you, despite what I might sometimes tell you. Like, I'll love a coin, but because I love a coin, ENA hurts my feelings too, bro. Retardio hurts my feelings. My fucking profile picture on Twitter. really quite pleased with my profile picture on Twitter. I love Retardio, but it hasn't been a great investment. Well, it has. 2000 in and pulled 100 grand out, and it's still 100 grand. So I guess, yeah, it has been a great investment. Yeah, that's not true. But I'm dirty on it. The returns you get from trend following have always been off limits to regular people, and they've been reserved for the wealthy 1% of Wall Street investors. For context, you'd have to invest a minimum of 150 grand to get started with firms like Mulvaney, who run my retirement accounts. My buddy Paul runs that, and he's a nutcase. To get the Wall Street guys, and all the Wall Street firms have trend following products. You can get them to do it for you. You just need a lot of money. But not anymore. We've democratized it. We've released it to our community. Anyone can get these insane returns. And the times that crypto really hurt your feelings, like this bit here was the SPF stuff, and we actually made a lot of money just after the SPF stuff. You know, when it starts going down, when crypto really shits the bed, that's when it's nice to be in trend. It's because it doesn't go down much. I am not surprised that TRX went on a run. There's all these. Hey, baby girl, how you doing?
I'm just here to get some paper.
You want to give me a cuddle? Come on, baby. You want to say hello to everyone?
Okay. Hello.
Hello, it's my daughter Marley and her dog, Dashy Dog. What are you doing today?
I go to school.
And then,
I go back to school again.
oh, okay. Sound good.
But I'm here to get some paper.
Okay, get some paper, take as much as you want. So
But
you take 2 if you want. Okay, see you, baby. Yeah, thankfully she takes after her mother. So how have we achieved such insane returns like doing this? It's really pretty simple, actually. It's the dumbest shit in the world. We buy the shit that's gone up a lot, and we short the shit that's gone down a lot. But I could never figure that out on my own. We had to hire, James and a bunch of other people who've done it in jobs before. And we applied, very standard trend following algorithms, and it just works better. So we got a team of 40 people working their asses off. Really world-class developers, actual. And James is like everyone's favorite quant. He's an ex-BlackRock trader. He's got a fucking PhD in space science. He's a literal rocket scientist. He's also a lovely man. And together we built an automated trading software based on these tried and true Wall Street algorithms. It's called FinRev. It generates revenue, and that's important to understand. It's not theory. The system's working as we speak. And this didn't exist until now because no one's put the work in to successfully automate trend following algorithms in the crypto market. And we're the only ones to do it. Our track record speaks for itself. The profitability of FinRev is how TrendCoin pays out USDC to holders. Yeah, James is scary smart, but weirdly, our new HFT guy is so fucking smart. He makes all the other nerds, when we put them together, are like, holy fuck, this new nerd is super smart. He's so autistic they won't give him a driver's license. He's like that level of autism, which is what you want to do, by the way. You just want to hire the most autistic person you can. So the trend token sits on top of FinRev. It shares out a piece of the profits from the trading it executes in USDC. It's like a dividend, but paid in USDC. The more trend tokens you hold, the bigger your share. And this creates a value accruing flywheel effect for the token. It's how we're going to launch at a $100 million valuation and grow trend into a $1 billion token. So more users will stake the trend token to get bigger allocations of the USDC dividends. And they get paid as FinRev trades automatically day by day. What this does is this constrains the supply side, because while you stake to get the rewards, you can't sell your trend token. So there's no sellers. We're artificially making the number go up. This is only possible because Trend sits on top of the FinRev technology and can pay USDC out of the revenues it generated. You can't just magic money out of thin air. That's called a Ponzi. At the moment, it really does pay to be autistic. If you won't get a job interview at any of the big funds unless they think you're somewhere on the spectrum. They just know that the best employees are weirdo autists. So in short, Trend is the first ever crypto token that won't pay out in magic beans. It'll pay in cold hard USDC for token holders, makes it an extremely desirable token to purchase. If it's an extremely desirable token to purchase, more people are going to purchase it. That's buy pressure to raise the coin prices. Remember, number go up tokenomics. It's desirable to hold because you get a rebate on trading fees for holding Trend. So it reduces selling pressure, increases the scarcity of the coin. So the people in the fund are paying 20% of the profits. They get a discount if they also hold a certain amount of Trend. So of course they're going to buy that certain amount of Trend. And we're building out large partnerships with the biggest crypto exchanges, the biggest market makers, the firms to use all the tricks in the book to ensure a smooth, high valuation listing. And of course, that part of it isn't me. It's the autist who knows all the other market maker autists. And it's all a big club, and I'm not in it, right? So now we've got the contacts that we can do this properly. Will the USDC be positive? This supersedes FINREV. So all of this value gets accrued straight into the coin, which you can get your share airdrop today. No, I've already gone through this. We've got market makers organized, smart contract developers and auditors. They're all working hard. Chatted to them this morning. Tokenomics experts just wanted to charge us a lot of money, like consultants always do. And so we did the tokenomics ourselves. So what part do you play in all this? So here's the deal. Every one of you that have spent money with my company over the last few years, I owe you. You helped me bootstrap FINREV to where it is today. I couldn't have done it without giving away 80% of my company to fuckwits. And if you take money off venture capitalists, all of a sudden they think they want to say and telling you how you spend your money. And they would never have let me do the crazy shit that I've done. So I never would have got here. So here's how I pay you back. For both new members who join us today and existing FINREV members, every dollar you spent on FINREV, I'm going to give you all your money back in Trend token as a gift. You also get first bite of the cherry on the airdrop for 1 month. For 1 month, you get you get to be, you and other FINREV members will be the only people sharing in the trends in the vault points. So whatever you've spent on FINREV, you get that money back, plus you get the first month that only you guys can get the points from it, which I think is fair. And at the moment, if you haven't got a hardware wallet, we're giving you a hardware wallet as well. So we're aiming for 100 million. That may be 150 million valuation on launch of the Trend token. And the market makers I've talked to, they didn't bat an eye at this. So we have a very good chance that happens on listing. In fact, it's the market makers who want to list at 150, not us. So for example, if you paid 9,500 for FINREV Platinum, when we launch our token, I'm going to airdrop 9,500 worth of Trend straight into your wallet. Not 9,500 Trend tokens. I'm going to give you $9,500 worth of Trend tokens. I want to be clear that I'm giving you dollars worth. I'm giving you your money back. If you paid 6,500 for FINREV Gold, I'm going to airdrop 6,500 worth of Trend to you. Why? Because you trusted me. And, you know, I was broke. I was broke with the ass hanging out of my pants when I started this company. I was having trouble paying the rent on a 1-bedroom flat in Bangkok every month. I remember selling a gold chain around my wrist to make payroll 1 month. I was cashing in investments to keep it going. It was hard. And you guys helped me do it. So I never had to take a dollar from VCs. I'm not beholden to exit liquidity assholes who are just going to dump as soon as their coins are unlocked. We bootstrapped this whole thing with your help. Because of that, we can do the number go up tokenomics, and the entire token is engineered from the ground up to accrue value. If you hold on to your airdrop, whether that's 9,500 or 6,500, you not only get paid USDC for your share of the tokens, that value could easily become 10 times that. We're going to grow Trend to being a multi-billion-dollar market cap here. It's going to be the biggest, hottest thing on Hyperliquid, which is the biggest, hottest, newest chain. everyone knows that new shit, it gets popular on crypto, and you only have to look at the chart to see that this is an asset that's in high demand. You get extra points for switching your capital to the Hyperliquid EVM vault. You get extra points for referring friends along the way. You get extra points for being on the leaderboard. You get extra points for allocating more capital. If you allocate more capital, you get more points. You get extra points if you've been involved for a long time. For all those guys who are OGs, like, they get extra points. This isn't finalized yet. We're taking feedback from smart people now, but you guys are going to be the first to know. So we're talking about $50,000 to $100,000 airdrops for some of you, and it's yours for free, and just for using FinRev to grow your wealth. But what about our members who haven't signed up for FinRev yet? Should you do it? Should you wait? Should you stay? Should you go? It's definitely worth doing it. Sorry, I should have changed the date on that. If you do it for the next week, we're going to give you an extra $500 in Trend token. We're going to give you a hardware wallet so you don't get your shit stolen. That's very important to us. So if you book that call in the next week, we're going to throw an extra $500 your way. So not only do you get a one-to-one airdrop of Trend token for whatever you paid for FinRev, you get an extra $500 worth of Trend. Ignore the 2nd of May. That's just me being lazy. John, what about an insider IPO deal for buying additional Trend? We'll give you a 30% discount if you buy on a 1-year TWAP. That's the deal that we're offering to investors. So you guys are welcome to get in on that if you want it. I think it's a really good deal, but it's going to mean that you drip it in over the next year. So what about existing? Do current FinRev get cold wallet? Yeah, it's easy to set up a cold wallet. It's super easy. It doesn't cost anything. So, so what about existing FinRev users? I got you. So, you mean a hardware wallet? We gave some away last week, and we weren't planning on giving to everyone. But if you really can't afford a hardware wallet, just reach out and we'll fucking give you one. They're like $50 to $100. They're not expensive. It's not a big deal. But if you genuinely can't do it, we'll help you set it up. If it's genuinely a lot of money for you, like, just reach out and we'll figure it out for you. Like, honestly, I want everyone on hardware wallets. I don't want anyone getting their shit stolen. I want everyone. Which hardware wallet should we use? I use Ledger, but I hear it's not the best. The ones I hear the best things about are Tangem and Trezor. Even the cheap versions of it. Yeah, the Ledger's about $100 US. TWAP, time weighted average price. Let me show you what a TWAP is. This line, blue line here, is the time weighted average price for that day. Time weighted average price for that day. You can see most days it goes, well, every day it goes up and down, and that's the average price for the day. So what we're doing is buying your, let's say you want to buy 100 grand, let's say you want to buy 365 grand worth of coins. It buys $1,000 every day, all day, in tiny, tiny, tiny little increments to aim to get this price, and gives you a discount based on that. That's what that's what a TWAP is. And you can do that in Hyperliquid. If you want to buy any coin on a TWAP, you can go to the pro orders and go TWAP and just tell it, buy it every 30 seconds for 30 minutes, make 61 orders, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've got a Ledger stack, so I really like it. I dig it. Super nerds tell me, oh no, Ledger's not the best company, but I think it's really cool. I like it. Yeah, what about existing FinRev users? You get airdropped extra trend if you've supported us for a long time, if you've been a loyal customer. And we haven't quite figured out the loyalty statistics side yet, but everyone's getting paid. Nobody's missing out. Ignore that 2nd of May. I should have edited that. Just make sure you're a FinRev Gold or Platinum user. If you do it in the next week, you get an extra $500. That's basically it. The sooner you sign up, the older your account age, the more trend we give you. It's going to be like that. Like the guys who've been in for the longest deserve the most. Yeah, Rowan, I took a brief look at the spreadsheet, Rowan. You're going to be fucking happy, dude. Cameron Robinson's another one and Dave Campbell. You three were ones that stood out to me as to see a TWAP on Hyperliquid. You go to order sizes, and they'll have market, limit, and pro. Click the drop down on pro, and you can either scale in or TWAP. There you go. My goal for you is the ability to do whatever you want, wherever you want, with whoever you want, for as long as you want. And money's just a tool to buy time and freedom, and compounding does the real work. And yeah, Trend and FinRev is the vehicle. It's the vehicle to get you to financial freedom. And, you know, around here, we show our gratitude with fucking money. That's how we show it. It's the honor. It's the honor of my life to do something really meaningful with my life. And I didn't do anything meaningful with my life before. And now I'm doing something meaningful. Like I'm building something cool that's never been done before with some of the smartest people in the world. And I'm making money for the people around me. And I'm fucking excited about it. I leap out of bed. I'm going to lead us to generational wealth. The announcement yesterday is that DeFi is legal from the SEC. So I think pretty soon you'll be able to use Hyperliquid in the US. So here's the deal. We got 2 tiers of FinRev available for you. FinRev Gold. Yeah, it all happened the day that my kid was born. I was like, fuck, I'm a very mediocre, fat, middle-aged guy living in Thailand. And that's not okay. Like it was okay when it was just me and my wife, but I'm like, fuck, I don't want my daughter like thinking dad's like just mediocre. I'm a freak. I am a natural born killer. And I'm not much like the other kids, and I can do incredible things, and I have done incredible things, and I've got plenty more incredible things left in me. So FinRev Gold is 6,500 for 3 years of fully automated trend following trading. FinRev Platinum 9,500 for 3 years of fully automated trading. She speaks better English than me. She passed my Thai level. I speak Thai, but I speak it like a toddler. So you get a 1-to-1 trend airdrop worth 6,500 at the time of coin listing. Ignore that date. It's in the next. If you sign up in the next week, or you book your call in the next week, you get an extra $500. You get a VIP onboarding with one of our expert crypto trader coaches. You guys all know them. They're all fucking great. You get all these like really cool stats and monitoring. Like you can see how everything's working. You can see all this like cool back-end stuff. You can delay starting or pause at any time. And if you aren't in profit after your 12 months using it, we'll let you use it for free until you've doubled your money. And yeah, that goes even with the airdrop. So what I recommend is if you haven't got FinRev, go to finrev.trade/call right now. And FinRev Platinum is our slightly more advanced system. So let me explain it to you in ways that you understand. So this is trend. Trend is just shorting the shit that's gone down a lot and buying the shit that's gone up a lot. You can see how that sometimes we're mostly short with a little bit long. Cross-sectional momentum is shorting the 50% of shit that's gone down a lot and longing the 50% of shit that's gone up. So it's more balanced. Cross-sectional carry, you can see it's very balanced. This side and this side are balanced. And then we combine them all into a mix. And so this is what trend looks like today. Well, actually, it's not today. It's a couple of days ago. Mostly long, plenty short. Whereas the combined is a little bit more balanced. So it's a little bit smoother. It's a little bit smoother is basically it. It's technically better. But if shit goes nuts, if you get an old season, smoother isn't what you want. You really want to be gambling more. So it's not as simple as this one makes more money all the time than that one. That one. I wouldn't use fines for crypto personally. It's too easy to go through customs in some country like America and they'll mirror your phone, and then some asshole working in immigration has your keys. Like it's honestly, I wouldn't have any crypto on your phones at all. Yeah, man, we got to be honest with ourselves. At some point, I just looked at my life and thought, oh, wow, I'm a really smart guy, and I've done a lot of cool shit, and the results just weren't reflecting my capabilities, and I had to change everything. I had to change the friends I was hanging out with. I had to change, and the mediocrity had sunk into every area of my life. You know, I'd been doing jiu-jitsu for 10 years then, and I was like, I mean, I was okay. I was beating everyone up in the gym, but like I wasn't great, and I'd always been great at stuff before. And yeah, I was sick of not being great, to be honest. I wouldn't have any banking apps on your phone, period, either. So this airdrop can easily end up being worth 10x if we grow our market cap to 10 billion to a billion, and we launch 100 million, meaning the $500 extra you get before signing up for the 2nd May has a good chance of being worth $5,000 plus. So if it was me, I'd get on it right away. It looks like trend has gone sideways for quite a while. That's usually the time when it goes nuts. I think now is the time. It's you know, I got all my money in this. I've got all the chips pushed into the table. I think it's time. It feels right. You know, I'm a bit of a gambling man, and it feels right. It feels like now's the time. Yeah, guys, that's all I got. I'm happy to take any questions you guys want.
Amazing as ever. I mean, you've been keeping up with the questions as they've been coming in. Let's see if there's any new. I mean, that was really comprehensive today. I think everybody's just at that excitement stage, you know, like, oh, when will it be ready? When will it be ready?
Yeah, we're working hard on it. It's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing. Should we retain our degen accounts? I like the degen accounts. Everyone likes them. We like them. We'll probably have a small capacity degen vault, but we haven't finalized that. Difference between gold and platinum. This is a really good question. Important to understand it. So, trend shorts bets that the stuff that's been going down a lot recently will continue to go down. So if we look at it on, say, DYDX, once it started going down from here, we started betting that it was going to go down. Or let's look at some other thing. TIA started going down here, and we started betting that it was going to go down. So trend, you can see, has a lot of whipsaws. Like it starts going up and we take a small position betting that it's going up here. Doesn't work, we get out, we break even. Then it goes down and we make a lot of money, and then we give back some because we don't get a long trend, and then we have a small loss, and then we make a little bit and give back most of it, and then it goes sideways a lot until you get a big trend. And when you get a big trend, up or down, like down from here down to there, that's a great trend. From here down to here, that's a great trend. So you can see that the win rate is very low. Like here's a losing trade, here's a losing trade. They're all small losers. Here's a great winning trade. You know, long here, out by here, starting to scale out here. So trend needs big trends to work. If we go sideways, it just has this frustrating sideways period of losers. With cross-sectional momentum, you can see how it's more balanced. So it doesn't take market directional risk. And by blending in cross-sectional carry and combining them all together, you get something that's smoother, that doesn't just need the market going super strong in one direction to win. So, yeah, that's the difference. I would have thought next week Villa on top. I thought it was already being done. So yeah. Oh, Phil, that's a really good question. Look, hype is so hot. If we, I don't, I would buy the next. I would leave it in cash and buy the next pullback in hype. I think hype will see. Yeah, I'd split it. Split it is smart. So there's this thing in trading. A good and useful principle is if you can't decide what to do, if you really, if you think about should I do this or should I do that, you're already thinking like a fuckwit. So you could see when he's like, should I put it in FinRev or should I put it in hype? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. That's me being a fuckwit already. So anytime you're thinking like a fuckwit, you just put the brakes on it and go, oh, I should do halvesies. You can do halvesies, right? Should I sell it or should I keep it? Well, do fucking halvesies, you fuckwit. You're thinking like a fuckwit. Stop thinking like a fuckwit. Just do halvesies. That's usually the way that smart people think. Do halvesies. And you know, you could come up with a math reason or a mathematical amount, but halvesies is as good as anything, right?
The best risk management is the one that you actually do.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. All right, guys. Yeah, taking up enough of your time.
That's awesome, Scott. Thank you. See you later, guys. Ta-da.